This is my ongoing coverage of the horrible tragedy that's taking place over in Southeast Asia. Plane that took off from Malaysia just disappeared. Everybody's calling it a big mystery still. If anybody knows what's going on, they are not saying. There's so many different angles to take on this that it just makes it more and more confusing as time goes on. Let's do just a YouTube search on most viewed videos. Family of missing Malaysia Airlines passenger successfully ring his phone. So the phone was ringing. We also have the account that another person called when they were in mid-flight and successfully got through. Someone wants to make this thing here, Malaysia Airlines flight found. So I'm not even going to click on that. That's some kind of a gimmick. Take a look. I did a web search on it and just wanting the truth of the Malaysia Airlines disaster, and searching under news, it's showing that there's so many different theories about this. We should go to images here and find out. I'm having a couple technical problems as usual. Hold on. I'm just having some technical problems here. I want to mention though before you go that we need to focus on the fact that this is going to China, and it's not about Malaysia so much. That's where things were able to happen, put together in Malaysia, but this is directed towards China, and that's what nobody's talking about. Nobody seems to emphasize that when they're trying to figure out what happened. This is about China. The plane was going to China, and if you look at all the theories and everything that's going out there, that's the last thing that they're touching on. Well, because this is going on China, they're being targeted. It's pretty obvious. And not only that, I think we should emphasize the fact that this is a there's my daughter. There's my screenshot. Thanks for the technical problems. Okay, so I'm going to have to wrap up. I have too many technical problems, but maybe that is psychically or paranormally way of saying that the airline did have technical problems, mechanical problems. They say it broke up, disintegrated in midair. That was one source who chimed in. And there would be a debris field floating in the ocean. It would be floating. What came of the fact that they say they found one of the doors, the Vietnamese searchers from the Vietnamese military? Nothing has been verified. The passports that were supposedly fake, the Italian passport and the Austrian passport, there's theories abounding about that, and but nothing has been confirmed. All I can do is tell you that the confirmation that I want and that I would like people to start discussing is what China is saying about this. This appeared en route to China, Beijing. So what are they doing in Beijing? They're not filming anything in Beijing. That's where they should be filming it. Beijing is the receiving airport. That's what's missing in the equation here. That's the cover-up. We're not hearing from China what they think. See, that's what's very interesting about this. So you got to point the fingers in basically two major directions as to what's going on here. And remember, this is a major distraction from what's going on with Russia and the Ukraine and Europe, NATO, and the United States. You got to understand that this is a major distraction to take the West away from that. This is being portrayed to the mainstream media of the West as the top story. So Ukraine is no longer the top story. So this is kind of taking a little heat off that, isn't it? Kind of conveniently. Well, it's going to be an ongoing mystery because I believe there's the information that we need to get to figure out. That's what's very suspicious about this big mystery. Thanks everybody listening. This is everyone out over and out. Be safe. Thanks.